Hi, welcome to my playtest. Today I'm gonna be playing ASTHENIA, the ASTHENIA Demo, made by Matthaios Lappas. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. The game it's an indie game, although it doesn't look like it, made by a single person. I believe I've read since 2019. Um, each picture here speaks for itself. It looks amazing. And I think the logo is one of the best I've seen so far. Um, let's look at the trailer.
After losing my mother.
Sorry, first let me check what kind of text it has. So it's first person 3D dark fantasy combat drama.
After losing my mother, I moved to a new town with my beloved partner. Grief-stricken, I sought solace in a new place, only to be torn apart once more. I was part of the chosen ones.
I personally love the blend between reality, like current times reality, and the
They cast us into their world without any explanation.
mix with this world.
I was scared and lost in this place, but I forced myself to keep moving forward, hoping to find some help.
The gods food finish. The curse is dead to the sky.
Whatever brought us here, it must have a way to send us back.
So as I said, I love the mix between the single blend in illustration of a normal no today's relationship and the combination with the dark fantasy around it. I think that's pretty uncommon. I can't I think I can't from the top of my head think of any game that uses it like it, and it worked. I found it really appealing, interesting, and it and windowed. Oh, it is windowed, but I cannot leave here. Full screen, windowed, full screen. That's what I'm looking for. Windowed full screen, of course. Okay, whatever. But I cannot leave with my mouse, and when I go somewhere else, then So I found that there might be um a more effective trailer. I'm not sure yet in terms of music or the directing. But I'll try to think about it throughout the play.
An alternate dimension carefully hidden from us, ruled by ancient and powerful entities. Throughout history, these enigmatic beings, often called gods, have been interpreted differently by each culture.
I think it's a really good start.
Served us from afar. And then they invaded the earth. People from all over the world were chosen. After losing my mother, I moved to a new town with my beloved partner. Grief-stricken, I sought solace in a new place, only to be torn apart once more. I was part of the chosen ones. They cast us into their world without any explanation. What I'm about to tell you may sound impossible. Please try and listen. Maybe you'll find some truth in my words.
Right into the jungle. Good camera effect, that looking up. Why do I have to manually save? I think that's what it said. Oh, nope.
My mind struggled to grasp the reality that this wasn't Earth, but a strange alien place.
Was it a lag? I guess. approach the child statue. The child statue is in front of me, maybe, or on the right. I don't know if it was just my feel right now, but I felt like this happened very fast, like this message maybe, and I thought like maybe if, like it paused the flow, and I thought like maybe if the time slowed down a little bit slower, it would have been would it work kind of better. My first impression of the hand, um, this interaction animation is that it's pretty kind of. I guess it's gonna be used for picking up items quickly, but in this case it could be a little bit slower and maybe not like a grabbing animation. Just to keep the overall intensity of the current build up, atmospheric build up.
The portal ripped me from reality, leaving me stranded in a place that defied logic and reason. My body, a mere vessel, was adrift in a sea of the unknown.
So like this as well. This movement is a little bit too, how do you say? Well, seems fast to me.
Whatever brought us here, it must have a way to send us back.
In a different age, we would have welcomed you. But now the darkness has engulfed everything. Find the ancient artifact weapon and confront the shadows that threaten this realm. This is your only hope for survival and the salvation of the city. The tower's summit holds the key to your escape. Seek us there before the veil descends.
Imposing statues, talking shrines, and keys. If I were going insane, at least I was gonna write everything down and try and remember. I couldn't stop thinking about Eve. I imagine her horror seeing me disappear in front of her eyes. I had to get back to her.
Like, It was kind of a weird teleport, wasn't it? Okay, I mean, cannot judge the teleport. This one simply leads over there, but I'm not sure if it's necessary. Because you get teleported right away and you repeat it. Turn it down a bit, the graphics. I think I just probably skip the subtitles. Ah, that's one of the places the person writing the letter mentioned. Hiding somewhere. Why am I getting damaged over there? Oh, they come from here. Right? Okay, das. Maybe unblue the items that have already been read. Makes a more. I think this makes a more satisfactory exploration, item finding it back. The screaming in the background is pretty good. Wouldn't remove that. So just to wrap this up, I think the game is really innovative in terms of the fight, the evading mechanics. It totally stirs in me well this feeling of horror, of escaping a monster or whatever. I I was looking forward to crash those statues on that guy. Um, the crashing animation could have been way better for sure. It was the falling down just didn't feel super effective or coordinated. But the level design is for me super fun how it is laid out, and you don't see all the areas even though you pass them, cause the level design is so filled with details, filled with objects, and I guess ways you wouldn't expect. And yeah, that was a very well thrilling couple of minutes running through those whatever that was. I feel like there could be maybe some effect from here and there, like the leaves, taking the leaves with you maybe a little bit. I believe that's like a thing of playing around with some game engine features. I think that might be a possible thing to make it a little bit more dynamic.
I arrived at the Temple of the Sacred Gauntlet, remnants of an ancient war-torn civilization.
Because what the games feel a little bit like is that many parts of the world are static, of course. They are put where they are supposed to be, and they are not interactable, of course. So I think being able to touch some parts kinda would give it a much more lively feeling. I basically have the feeling that the map design is amazing, but I could kind of get more out of it.
I was in awe of the scale of the temple, wondering who could have created such a colossal marvel, and what could have caused the tragic end of this place.
Dance is what I was looking for. It's the level design is so well done. So I think it's super fun to explore.
Alien forces now ruled these lands, and I had no other choice but to follow their supernatural laws to survive.
Love this game design as well. This blue safety markers. Every time I see this tutorial dialogue, I cannot get warm with the design of it. Basically, not even those things, but basically the coloring and the texture behind it. I think it strengthens some of the game's visual that I think or highlights is what I wanted to say. It highlights some visuals that I think are not the ones that necessarily should be highlighted. Which is what I mean. It uses this red fabric for its texture, but what I wanna say is combined with the overall world, it kinds I think it kinds of gives me a different vibe for the world.
It was there, just as the mysterious voices had foretold.
The undertone that it creates feels to me like not what fits the world. I feel like this texture simply isn't in sync with the overall um, atmosphere. It gives me kind of some kind of a native ancient folk fabric vibe, but it's kind of not the right one for me. Still not sure if this interaction isn't too fast as well. It shouldn't be too slow, like many other games use this charge up and maybe then hit it. I think that might be too much. I like it that quick paced, but it could be a little bit. It could be a little bit. Let's see it. Let's try this one. It could be a little bit twice or 3 times as long, maybe. It's just because this is just a sudden punch. It feels like a sudden punch, and it could be like a little bit more behind it. Yeah, again, I felt like this could be this the jump into this tutorial dialogue again could be kind of maybe brought there in a different way. Maybe some other fade-in effect or really slowing the time a bit down or something. Maybe it should be just darker background. So the enemies give the general impression that they are really some obstacle. They're not just enemies. I'm not sure if if the game intends to go on like that, like how I imagine it right now. But they feel like they are kind of solid, and I really have to get around them or beat them. Also because of course, because I don't have too much life, so it's a very survival like. Oh, I'm pressing. I'm pressing the wrong button. Okay, what happened there? Got a might have been a little bug. Got to. Oh, look at that. I reached the peak of my playtest. An infinite loop where I can watch all the loading screens and get all the tips and getting consumed indefinitely. So I got to the basically worst ending if this game has multiple. I got to the worst one. So what am I gonna do now? I love it. Let's look at one more. And well, I'm just gonna hope that the game saved my progress properly. So I think the screen just I think the start screen just projected. Are you kidding me? Well, I get into an even worse end game, I thought. This font obviously is not the best to for first impressions of the game, even if it's supposed to be a even if it's supposed to be a um, class normal font for that matter. So I would have to start the demo anew, but I will gonna end my playtest here. I think it's I would have loved to play more, and I probably will. But I think well there could be more. Maybe I will play the next version. I think this. I'm not sure if this start screen if it reflects my progress in game. I've forgotten how the character looked the first time, but I hope it does because this is working really well. I think having the maybe having the character in the beginning like absolutely the original start of the story. I do like the logo, but I also think that I'm not sure if it should be at least gray, except the color is really intentional. This gray and orangey themes, they don't. This is very dark, and with this, It's okay. I will definitely test more of it. I didn't get too much into combat, but I think I've covered some things for for early impressions. I had of the start of the game. So if I'm gonna if I have anything else, I'm gonna add it to the report in the video. And thanks for watching so far. Bye.